Okay, so we've got our background in, we've got our car moving, but there's just a few things we need to make sure that we're cleaning up and that we're adding to the game now. So one thing I think that's important is if we hit the sides of the track, I think probably we've crashed. Okay, so if we imagine the sides of the track are perhaps a wall or a barrier, or you could perhaps add some extra barriers in yourself. But for now, if we just imagine the yellow lines are barriers, are walls, if we hit them and we were in a real race, I imagine that we would crash. So perhaps we could say, if you hit the side wall, that we stop and we come back to the start. So if I go to control again, we find another if. Okay. This is similar to in the maze game design, where if you hit the wall in the maze, you might have to return to the start, but obviously a slightly different type of game. So we're still finding sensing. And if we go touch and colour, remember if we click on the colour here and then we go put this on the colour there, we have now put that yellow into the if touching colour here. Then back to motion. Let's say instead of go to, let's say glide. Now this is a little bit more fun, the glide, I think. So if we go glide to where the car is now, so we've got the coordinates where the car is now. I think actually we want the car to go back to the start line. Okay, so if we put in those coordinates now, so let's remember the coordinates you can see are here. That's where the car is. Okay. And if you want to imagine there's a big x-axis going across and a big y-axis going down, these are coordinates to give you the position of the car. Okay, so I put -18 in and 190 for the y value. Okay, I don't think we want immediately to glide back. I think we want to have a little bit of a scene where it's actually crashed. So if we go to, we're still on motion again. Is it on motion? It could be on control. Yeah, here we go. So we're looking for wait. Okay, so I'm going to put wait before, perhaps for 2 seconds. This might also give your rival, who you're racing against, a little bit of an advantage. Okay, because they haven't crashed and you have crashed. So this will give you a little bit of an advantage if you're the other team player. So that's another reason to put this wait 2 seconds in. Okay, so let's see what happens now. So we're moving forward. We hit the side, we wait 2 seconds, and then the car glides back to the start. Okay, so that's nice. So we can try and practice now. It's made the game a little bit harder. We've got to make sure that we keep it under control. Oops. And we're back to the start again. Now, one of the problems at the minute, an extra thing we can add in, is that when we do hit the side, the car returns to the front line in the same position as it crashed. Now, I would think we probably want the car to be facing forward when it gets back, so we want it to be facing in this direction. Okay. So another thing that we can just put in quickly, if we go back to motion, okay, is point in direction, okay, 90 degrees. So if I put that in after the glide, now let's see what happens. Let's hit the yellow, we've glided back and we've turned back to the front. So now we're going the right way again. Good. Right, so we've got the basis for our race game now. Okay. There's obviously a few things that you could do to clean it up. So making sure when we click the green flag that perhaps we always want the car to go back here. Okay. In the next video, and the final video for this, I'm going to show you how to put a rival car in to race against. Okay, and then I'm going to leave the rest of it up to you guys to improve and move forward. Okay.